Welcome to a special video on your game therapy. As always, I am your host, Candor, and today I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on behind the scenes of the channel. When I set out to create this channel a few months ago, one of the things I'd written down for myself that I wanted to hold myself accountable to and make sure that I did, whether it be an audience of 3 people or an audience of 100 people, is I wanted to provide updates and kind of like a roadmap to what I was going to be doing in the future so people had things to look forward to. I wanted to also just keep transparency and communication open with myself and ideally a community of people so that I could share ideas and hear feedback and kind of generate a list of things that I could play from the people that actually watch the videos. So in that spirit, I wanted to provide an update on some of the stuff that's going to change on the channel as well as what you can look forward to. I might have mentioned this in the past, and if our timing is correct, then we should have just finished our Soma playthrough, which was an incredible game. It was a great deep dive into what makes us human, and it really explored what separates humanity from AI, from robots, from what makes us us. I really enjoyed that playthrough, and if my timing is correct, I believe I'm probably about 10 hours into Subnautica. Also a game that I did not expect to go the direction it went, and I'm having a really good time playing that game. I think we just got a major breakthrough in the game that kind of changed a lot of my perspective on what the game is actually about. This is my favorite time of the year. October is that month where Halloween happens, the Day of the Dead happens, and I absolutely love the Day of the Dead. And then you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, my birthday's in there. It's a fun time for me because work gets a little bit more chill. A lot of our offices get closed down, so there's very little work to do, and that means more time to do the things I actually love. So in this case, I will have more time to record content and more time to play games, which is the best. It's absolutely... I've mentioned this before about this channel, but this channel was created out of necessity because I've spent so far about 20 years of my life working in a corporate job. And while I may have found that work fulfilling at some point, it brings nothing to me now. Unfortunately, when your career becomes basically just, I do this for money, you start to need to build almost like pipes or vents so that you can get some of the stress out of your life, and then you could focus on the things that actually make you happy. And since I was a little kid, my favorite thing ever was reading stories, watching movies, and playing video games. Video games, I think, are one of those I think it is the best medium to tell a story, because it is the only medium where you can actually insert yourself into a universe and you can experience it firsthand without just using your imagination, but actually using your senses and actually playing the game and interacting with it. So it gives you this freedom of choice, or at least an illusion of freedom of choice. And that's why this channel focuses on single-player, narrative-driven storytelling games. That's kind of our bread and butter. Our format is long play let's plays. I play most of these games blind. Unless I specifically said otherwise, every game we've played on this channel has been 100% blind, which can lead to some areas where you get stuck. And I think that's half the fun. Like, I think when you finally make a breakthrough, when you kill a boss you never thought you'd kill, when you discover a secret you never thought you'd figure out, I think that's what makes gaming so great, is that the struggle is real and you are able to elevate yourself beyond obstacles. And eventually I'm going to make a video. I'm just teasing it now, but I have been working on a script of a video, basically what video games have taught me. But anyways, not to fill the time too much with that, but in the coming months, there will be a few games that I have written down in my trusty journal that we will be playing. We just finished Soma, and as you guys know, I don't love scary games. I love scary movies, but scary games are not my thing. But in the spirit of Halloween, and in the spirit of pursuing the newest games and the most bestest of all time games, one game that came highly recommended, the original at least, is Silent Hill 2. I did not play the original game on, I think it was PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1 maybe when it came out, but there is a remake that just launched in October, and that is the next game that this channel will be playing. We're going to torture ourselves and go through the grinder of Silent Hill 2. I don't know much about the game aside from I've watched Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 2 the movies. I doubt that they're going to be the same. I've heard that those movies are not good, but I liked them. I mean, the content was kind of cool. And aside from the fact that I went to E3 one of these years and I saw a guy dressed up as Pyramid Head, and I believe he's one of the characters in the game. So those are the two things I know about Silent Hill. After Silent Hill 2, we will be going into back-to-back games on the same subject matter. So we will be playing Senua's Hellblade 1 and Senua's Hellblade 2. Now, I played Senua's Hellblade the first time it got launched, back in, I don't remember when it got launched, but I've sufficiently forgotten most of it. It's kind of fun to play a game you haven't played in a while. Like, I just started playing Majora's Mask the other day on my 3DS, and I'd forgotten everything about Majora's Mask. And it's not that old. I think it's like 10 years, 12 years, maybe 15 years. Am I wrong? Is it like a lot older than I think it is? It's probably a lot older than I think it is. But anyways, we'll be playing Senua's Hellblade 1 and 2. And for those of you that have never heard of this game, it is basically a game where the developers studied what schizophrenia is like. It's a real mental health disease. It's actually terrifying when you see it portrayed in movies and games and stuff, but they don't always respect the subject matter as much as this team went to great lengths to actually do so. And in the game, you are basically assaulted by this disease throughout the entire game. So I remember playing the first game. I remember it being very impactful. I remember the story being really good. I don't recall much of the details except it's Senua, our hero, is in search of trying to save somebody. I've never played Senua's Hellblade 2, but it's a game that I circled on my calendar and I wanted to play it, and I thought, perfect, we're going to play it on the stream or on this channel for you guys. So those are the next 3 games that will be coming out, but I also wanted to branch out into some mini projects because there's a lot of games that have been suggested that are actually short playthroughs that I should be able to play and finish in like a day or 2. I will have a mini game section and we will be releasing those kind of like randomly throughout the next couple months. But to give you guys an idea of what games we have on our list, we have Gone Home coming up. I know very little about that except that it's a story. It's more like a What Remains of Edith Finch. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's on my channel. One of the first games we played here, but it's a What Remains of Edith Finch, highly rated, really good story. And then we will be playing Limbo and Inside. I think that's the 2 games that I wrote down. Limbo and Inside. And what I can tell you about those games is that they are visually stunning. They look really cool. Drawn in black and white style, I think. It looks really interesting. And I don't, aside from that, I think it's like a side-scrolling game. So we're going to be playing those games as well, especially near Halloween time. I think it'll be really good for the channel. And then the last one was a late addition to the list, but somebody recommended a game called To the Moon. And well, one, it's to the moon, and if you see my background right now, I mean, if it has to do with space, then I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot. But I sincerely know absolutely nothing about that game. I know not even like, are we a dude, are we a girl, are we a cat, are we a dog? Like, I don't know anything about that game, but apparently it's a very good story, very short game, 4 to 5 hours as well. So expect those games to be released in the next few months as well. To give you kind of a long-term picture, this is something that I want to continue into 2025. I want this channel to grow. I want to put together more playthroughs. I want to spend more time doing the things I actually care about and less time on the things that drain my soul, right? So we're going to be playing a lot of games. I really like it when you guys give me recommendations of games that have impacted you or changed your life in some way or another, because I'm surprised by the amount of times people have given me names of games that I've never even heard of. Maybe they didn't have marketing dollars, maybe they didn't have the budget for it. I never saw it come up on Game Informer or like anything on YouTube. So there's games out there I've never played that I can't wait to play, and they're my style, they're my type of game. I just never heard of them, and I want an opportunity to play them. I will tell you that long-term idea is the next major game that we're going to be playing, like a AAA game, might not be popular. I've heard very negative things about this game, but it is in my wheelhouse, and it's something that I want to play so bad. I'll be playing Starfield, and I'll be playing Starfield and the DLC that launched as well. It's a Bethesda game. If at least the main storyline is good, then it's going to be worth it to me. I don't expect it to be what it was hyped up to be. People literally spent years building computers getting ready for this game. I don't ever like to put that kind of pressure on a game because more often than not, it's going to disappoint you. But I do want to play Starfield at some point in 2025. And I also want to get started a series that's going to be called the Greatest Games of All Time series. So that is where I will play games that I definitely missed back in the day. Most of them are going to be retro, but the first game we'll be playing from that list is going to be Chrono Trigger. I've never played Chrono Trigger, and I'm told that it is wild, it's radical, it's crazy. I think there's another game called Legend of Dragoon. Sounds cool. Couldn't tell you much more about that. And I want to get into the, I don't know if it's Secret of Mana or Mana, but I never got into those games. But those games were beautiful and stunning when I saw trailers about them. And I heard that they're actually very good as well. So that should give you an idea of some of the games that are coming in the future on this channel, stuff to look out for. I'll give more specific details probably like in a community post or something, but I will say a couple changes that'll come to the channel is that we are going to go back to 2 days a week, possibly 3. But one thing we're going to do differently is we will not hold ourselves to the limit of 1 hour episodes. I've noticed in the last couple playthroughs that I've sometimes glanced at the clock and realized we're at like 58 minutes or 1 minute and 5. And we're in a really good part of the game that we don't really want to stop at or break up. And sometimes I step away from the game after that hour has been recorded. And when I come back, I don't feel the same because it's not that buildup, that momentum, that tension that's going. So I will mostly be stopping sometime between 1 hour and 2 hours on most episodes. So we're going to have mega episodes pretty much on the channel. And you can look forward to a Tuesday and Thursday release schedule on the games that I'll be playing. I mostly just wanted to do this because I haven't really done an update for the channel like this before. And I just wanted to practice on backgrounds and like logos and like just, it sounds stupid, but to me this is exciting. Like all of my content is very limited in editing because I'm editing it myself and I suck at this. So I just want more practice and I want to share more videos and more content with you guys and get some feedback. So if you guys would do me a favor, if you're new to this channel, hey, check out any of our playthroughs. If you go back and you see What Remains of Edith Finch and you go back and you see Stray, I mean, the quality sucks on them. I'm going to be honest with you. I was sincerely building an office or a space for me to be able to record quietly and with the same lighting and settings every time. So, I mean, the quality might not be the best, but the stories are beautiful. And in the future, I hope to provide you guys with some high quality content going forward. But really, if you're new, give us a shot. And if you're returning and you've watched the previous series, thank you guys for being here. I want to know from you guys, what do you play on the regular? What game should I be playing? Because unfortunately, I'm an old guy now. Like, I'm not hip. I'm not cool with the times. I don't know what games are coming out. I don't know what I should be looking forward to. So I mostly get most of my stuff by word of mouth from some of my friends on World of Warcraft or like family members that are gamers. So with all of that said, if you guys watched this video, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next series. Bye-bye.